It is time for another high five list. High five.
High five.
Now, this is a dangerous one. Look, I know that cannabis is a very divisive topic, okay? I have, just by entering into this space, I have lost relationships and contacts, sadly, business relationships, all of that because of this. What I say over the next few minutes, though, in regards to listing the top 5 Christmas movies of all time, could pretty much alienate me from another large group of people.
I'm excited to hear what's on this list.
Well, it's not, you know what? It's not, I bet you there are almost, everybody will agree with portions of the list. Nothing is going to be like one in and of himself is going to cause this thing. Well, one might. Okay. But the point is that when you're talking about Christmas movies, there's such...
That's funny. In my head, I'm like, Home Alone better be on this list.
Right.
So people at home are probably doing the same thing.
I am going... This is the type of list that makes people go, I will watch this list because if this movie is not on this list, I am going to flip a table. This is a flipping the table moment. But these, I'm in control on this, though. So this is Timmy's top 5 Christmas. I'm not even going to say that. You know what?
I'm putting my hands here because I don't want to flip the table.
Not even going to say that. This is the definitive top 5 best Christmas movies ever. Not Timmy's opinion. Flat out top 5 Christmas movies ever.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Got my cheering.
Don't flip a table. Now,
if it's good, I'll cheer.
I just recently came across, it was Esquire magazine, okay?
You just seen Esquire? It's like been around for years.
I just came across this particular list from Esquire magazine.
Oh, okay.
They listed the 60 best Christmas movies of all time. Now, listen to me.
That's a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's going to go through that list?
I did not have much issue with the first 15.
Wait, you went through the whole list?
Oh, I scrolled through the list.
I would have been like 60.
I scrolled through because I wanted to see.
10.
This is a list that I needed to see. I needed to see where certain movies ranked, and I wasn't happy with one in particular. But the top 15, almost everything on there, even though they don't make my list, I'm like, you know what? That's pretty solid. Okay. And then after that, though, like, in fact, I have 3 of the top 5 that they chose. 3 of those top 5 are in my list. Okay, so I was very happy with kind of that top 5 and into the top 15.
Okay.
Moving on from there, though, it got dicey. Like, I considered maybe 7 of the next 45 like decent Christmas movies. So, like, we're talking, I honestly think that when you're talking about Christmas movies, good ones, 25 might be the deepest you want to go into a list. Like, once you start to hit 25 of these movies and go on to like Esquire's 60 best Christmas movies, I bet you will be able to go, you know what? This could easily go off the list. This could go off the list. This could go off the list. And you probably get yourself down to maybe 25, maybe 30, which means that 25 is that number where you got, okay, this one, does it make it? Does it not?
That's funny. I can see the brainstorming session now. Come on. I need another one. Just find another one.
60 is lazy. And if you saw this list, you'd be like, that's not even close to a Christmas movie. Esquire magazine, you can do better. 60 is just lazy writing. People are just like, I'm just going to Google Christmas movies and put them, because I don't even think, like, I'm going to tell you this, Eyes Wide Shut. You know the movie Eyes Wide Shut? That really weird movie?
I've never seen it, but I've seen the cover.
Okay.
It's Kidman, right?
It was ranked, okay? Eyes Wide Shut was ranked ahead of Die Hard. Now, you might not think Die Hard's a Christmas movie. It doesn't matter, but nobody thinks Eyes Wide Shut.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Apparently it has some underlining Christmas theme. I thought it was about weird Illuminati people, but anyways.
I've never seen it.
Right away I was upset. But I've even, look, there were ones in there, some recent ones. Office Christmas Party, that was with Bateman and TJ Miller.
That's a good movie.
Anything Bateman's in is good. We're talking Seth Rogen's The Night Before was pretty funny. You made me watch that one. A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas, which I'm going to review on the next episode.
It's good for Harold and Kumar.
Well, in a top 60 Christmas movies, it's fine to be on
there for sure.
Okay, but 25 is as far as I would go, and 5 is real. Like, this was tough actually. When I got to past the first 3 for me, I was like, "Ooh, which ones do I put into 4 and 5?" Like, that's how tight it gets.
Okay.
So I think 25 would give, but I'm not doing a Timmy's high 25 list. I'm doing a high 5 list.
High 5.
Here's what is high 5. Here's what is clear. No matter where you stand on this Christmas movie list thing, the 50s and the 60s and the 80s going into early 90s is Christmas gold. Okay? Like, pretty much every movie in the top 15 on this list, and probably in my own list, comes from those 2 eras. In fact, I believe that 1983 to 2003 might be the golden age of Christmas movies. Okay? Now, I would say this. The Christmas movie canon, I'm using, that's a religious term. They closed, like, Genesis was the beginning of the Bible, Revelation was the end, and then they said the canon was closed. This is the official Bible. I'm saying that the Christmas movie canon could be closed in that window, starting at 1983 to 2003. Some other books might kind of, you say, can we include those? And you say, well, yeah, you could probably include some from the 50s and 60s. But really, you would not be missing much if you watched movies in that 20-year span.
Didn't A Christmas Carol come out before that?
It did. And that would be one that I would probably see as an exception.
Okay.
So here we go. Here are the top 5 Christmas movies of all time. Not according to Esquire, because I think they're horribly wrong. I don't even think they listed them in order. It was a very lazy list, Esquire. Here they are. Number 5 is Elf, okay, with Will Ferrell. It was 2003. It was listed as number 13 on Esquire's list.
13?
This is the last great Christmas movie that has been made. We're talking 20 years now. There has not been a good, at least what I would consider a classic. There has not been a classic Christmas movie made since Elf in 2003. It's been 20 years. That was the last of the jet. That's why I say 1983 to 2003. Elf closed it off. Interesting to note, though, Bad Santa came out in 2003 as well, which we watched together. I had never seen before. And an incredibly dark, twisted story. Yeah. But I was fascinated because it was actually a really good story. And I actually would recommend Bad Santa. It didn't make my list here of top 5. But definitely, it was number 8 on Esquire's list. I was surprised by that, but also not surprised because it is a way better Christmas movie than I think people would think. That's with that guy who used to carry Angelina Jolie's blood in a thing around his neck.
What is that?
Bad Santa.
Oh,
you know that guy.
I don't want to admit I think he's sexy. I know his name. Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes.
Okay. So anyways, 2003 was actually a really good year. Come out with the family classic Elf and Bad Santa. A great story, underrated. Not sure it should have made top 10, but an interesting choice, Esquire. But I think Elf is number 5 in my list, and I don't believe I think 2003 was the last time a classic Christmas film has been made.
Well, I just want to say that Elf is a must-watch for our family. Every year, the kids and I watch it on Christmas.
That's what we did too. It quickly fell into our family's pattern.
Yeah.
Number 4, 1990, was the original Home Alone. Right? See, I didn't even do that. I am not a yes man. Believe me, if it was not on my list, I wouldn't have done it just to please her.
I actually have a soft spot for Macaulay Culkin. I know you're out there, and I know you're doing well.
Well, and why wouldn't he be watching this? Everyone else is. The original Home Alone, I still find funny. They have tried desperately. I mean, when they tried to make the movies again. Now, listen, Home Alone is definitely not a parenting manual. That's probably not to be used in that form. But so many people have tried to recreate not only that franchise, but tried to create the same scenarios with other situations. I think movie just got done very recently with this chubby kid in England or something like that. Anyways, I think I saw a trailer for it. Don't do it. Do not try to copy this movie. The original Home Alone is a standalone
Yeah.
movie and should be on everybody's top 5. It was on Esquire's at number 5. It is in my list at number 4.
Everybody knows Kevin McAllister and the
Right? Who doesn't love that? Number 3 on the top 5 Christmas movies of all time is A Christmas Vacation, 1989. It was number 2 on Esquire's magazine, so we agreed as well. At least it's in the top 3 with Chevy Chase. So many great lines. His Christmas rant is a classic. Just Google Chevy Chase Christmas rant. But you've got to see Christmas Vacation.
Everybody knows the house full of lights, right? And the station wagon with the tree on top.
Right.
Actually,
right?
on the way to your house, did you see that the other day? You stop. He probably missed it because he just drives. But you stop at the stop sign, and as you're making the turn, there's a station wagon, and they've got a tree on top of it.
Okay.
And the tree's all lit up.
Interesting.
They've got it plugged in. It's literally just a decoration.
Okay, it's on the house. It's on the car.
It's on the car right in front of the house.
Sweet.
Like the Griswolds. The Griswolds. Love them.
That movie has almost perfect comedic timing all the way through. Even throws in this little emotional moment where Clark is up in the attic and he starts to cry watching old home movies, and they break that moment in a perfect way. It would be up there, not just a great Christmas movie, but might up there be with almost a perfect comedy film. So Christmas Vacation, number 3 on my list, number 2 on the Esquire one. We switched here. We flipped our number 2 and 3s around because I believe that my number 2, A Christmas Story, is slightly ahead of Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
And I think you could go back and forth, and I wouldn't even argue with you. But I put A Christmas Story here. You know A Christmas Story?
I have not seen it, but I think you're going to tell me it's the one with the little kid in the glasses and the tongue getting stuck to the pole and the leg lamp.
And the leg lamp, which I own.
Okay, see, that's
all
all I need to know,
have you heard
right?
you'll shoot your eye out?
No.
Oh, okay. We need to watch that this Christmas.
That's
Just
fine.
like, okay, so Mary Jane makes me watch stoner flicks.
Well, not just stoner flicks. I guess it's a certain genre.
Yeah, it's
movie.
It's movies that would be enjoyed mostly by stoners.
Like American Pie or Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Yes, we did watch that too.
Oh no, I just remembered the four-wheeler. Okay.
That was funny. I did enjoy that one. And I will be reviewing Harold and Kumar's Christmas next episode, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to make you watch A Christmas Story this thing. Because I do believe it is definitely number 2 for sure on my list.
Okay.
I'm going to give a couple honorable mentions right here before I list number 1. The Year Without Santa Claus is a 1974 claymation one with
Sorry, I giggle. I think claymation is funny.
I personally find Heat Miser and Cold Miser. He's Mr. Heat Miser. He's Mr. Cold. Something like that. I don't know all the lyrics. But you need to.
Now I want to see this.
I used to have all the little figurines. It was a staple in my household. It was an hour long. The Year Without Santa Claus, 1974. You need to check that out. It wasn't on Esquire's list. It didn't even make their 60 list. Esquire, you suck. Like
you know how long it takes to make a claymation anything?
To completely ignore that movie on a list of 60 Christmas movies that had Eyes Wide Shut on it. Can I flip this now? I want to flip the table. So that one and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The original cartoon. It was only 26 minutes long. But
not the Jim Carrey one?
No. The Jim Carrey one was questionable for me.
I kept seeing The Mask. That was the problem I felt with that, is because they used the same character, or the same actor that played in The Mask, and The Mask was also a green face.
Oh.
So it was hard for him. He had the same voice.
I kept seeing the Cat in the Hat.
Oh, and maybe they... Wait. Wasn't that Mike Myers?
It was.
Oh.
But that was the face.
Even worse.
I saw that kind of weird nose. That weird nose.
Oh, I think they did kind of have the same
it was
sort
that
of
same
prosthetic.
same kind of snout area.
But they're both Dr. Seuss.
But you need to watch the cartoon. The cartoon is classic. It needs to be watched I think I own it still on VHS. Okay. It's 26 minutes long, and the reason why it's not on my top 5, it would be in my top 10 for sure. And it is the most bang for its buck. Like, it is a 26-minute experience that is as good as any full-length film.
So it's technically not a movie. It's
a cartoon.
A short.
Yes, it's a short. Exactly. Okay. It's called a short, and but it's cartoon, not claymation. But I would check out both of those non-live action ones for sure. They would be in my top 10. Just didn't make my top 5, but they need to be mentioned. A Year Without Santa Claus, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the cartoon original version from 1966. You got to sit down your kids and watch those. Or, you know what? No, don't even bring the kids. Sometimes they get too chatty. Watch those as adults. Light up a joint if you need to, whatever. And then number 1 on my list, and with this I close, ladies and gentlemen, Yippee-ki-yay, mother... We'll bleep that out.
Oh, are you going to show your sweater?
This is my... Okay, so this is my sweater. This is my...
This was last year's Christmas present?
Yep, this is their hair. Look at...
Oh, you can't see it.
You can't really see it on the camera.
We'll make a video.
But it's glowing, so this is my Christmas sweater. Die Hard is, without a doubt, a Christmas movie. It is also the number 1 Christmas movie of all time. I feel like deserves a little cheer. If you agree with me that a Christmas Vacation was a pretty perfect comedy film, Die Hard could be one of the most perfect films from beginning to end. The fact that it is also a Christmas movie, there is no doubt in my mind that it is number 1. I love Christmas Vacation a lot. I watch it every year. I watch A Christmas Story every year. I watch Home Alone almost every year. These are all fantastic films, but nothing comes close to Die Hard. It is not only is it the greatest Christmas film of all time, it is one of the greatest films of all time. And how Esquire put it at 26 behind Eyes Wide Shut. I will never ever read Esquire again. I've never read Esquire in the first place. Shame. But Die Hard is, let's just set the record straight. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, one of the greatest movies of all time, and definitely the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Do you have anything you want to throw in about this list as we get ready to wrap up this high five? Okay, so I have one thing to add about Die Hard, because I already added my sense as we went along. Die Hard is not only one of the better comedies that I've seen, and I watch a lot of comedies. It's one of the better action movies that I've seen, because I don't like action movies. So it's a very good balance between action and comedy, and a little bit of romance in there too. A little bit of romance, a great story, a great villain, a great characters, and it's great not writing. It doesn't feel like it's like, you know, like in certain action movies, you know it's going to be an action movie because from the very, very beginning, it starts, bam! This one you're like, wait, what's going on? Like you're saying, in the story part of it. I am going to, in the new year, during a cinema review, I know it's not a stoner flick, but I'm going to spend some time, because I really need to break down Die Hard, and I'm going to do it here probably on the show. I watch Die Hard every year on Christmas Eve with my daughter. I might not be able to do it this year. Life is slowly changing. But I'll tell you that is my Christmas Eve movie, Die Hard. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. Comment. Before you're done, I have one thing. I'm done with the list. But I have one more thing I just want to say. Oh. Because you said we have to watch A Christmas Story. Yes. And I've never seen that. And I'm pretty sure you've never seen this show that I found on Netflix just recently. It's called Happy. It's also a Christmas movie. Or no, it's a series, because there's 2 seasons. Oh, you've told me about Happy. Yes. I started watching it because it had an imaginary unicorn. And that's all I'm going to say. Why wouldn't you watch it then? Yes. And it's a Christmas thing. So if you're looking for something to watch, and you've already run through Timmy's list of movies, And that's not on Esquire's 60, so clearly there's even more out there.
Well, you see, that Happy Show was not technically what I thought it was going to be, and not generally what I watch, but I couldn't look away.
Well, if you're looking for something interesting on the Christmas season, I'm going to take her word for it that it's in there. It's not on my top 5, but please comment below in whatever form you're watching this at. Send us a message. Let me know where I'm wrong.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. But let me know where I'm right, and let me know which other movies you would put. Let's increase it to a top 10, and let's just assume my top 5 are right. What would be the 5 after those? Would be the better way to put it.
And see, I want to say, what is your top 5? I'm going to make my own top 5 movie list. It will be different because obviously I've never seen A Christmas Story. So.
That's my high 5 list. Merry Christmas.
High 5.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...